All right, guys, what's up? Welcome to the ninth episode of Hot Takes Cold Truths. Today, we are talking about how the MVP voting should be and what it's like right now. All right, to start off the topic, I think we should talk about who are your favorite players, right? Think about the NBA right now, each season, and you were watching this one player and they're killing it, and they're killing it, and they're killing it. But then you notice a certain narrative is being wrapped around another player and they constantly like making it seem like that person should win MVP or the player that you know deserves this MVP award because they've been doing so good. And then you start hearing the media, make these weird reasons why they are winners of the MVP trophy, why they should win. And then comes the time for MVP, said winner to get their trophy and them to announce who it is. And it is the person the media has been talking about. Now, sometimes you feel like it's voter fatigue, right? Sometimes it feels like it's voters' guilt. Sometimes you feel it's them too focused on the team's success. And sometimes you feel like they're just too focused on offense, right? And I feel like all these things should be removed when talking about MVPs. Not entirely, but the way they're prioritized. Except for the third, the voters' guilt and fatigue. That should be gone. Now, what are these things? I'm glad you asked. So now I'm going to tell you what each thing is. When I'm talking about voters' guilt, this is what I mean. Oh, such and such, for example, let's actually talk about the Joel Embiid situation, right? Because a lot of people, there was a debate on who should have won it, right? Jokic, Joel Embiid. Who's the winner? And one time it went to Jokic. Then the next time, when people were like, oh yeah, Jokic is having a year. Oh my God, look at him. Triple doubles, team success, all these things. And then you hear at the end, it's Embiid. And people are like, oh my God, are you serious? What is this? Blah, 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 blah. Now that could be two cases there, right? It could be voters fatigue because I think Jokic already won one or two. And they're just like, oh, we're not giving Jokic another damn MVP, or voters' guilt, whereas people feel bad and feel like Embiid should have won the previous one, so let's make it up to him. And I feel like both of them should be not valuable cases on why someone should win MVP. Why I say this? Because imagine this. Imagine you're the best player in the league. You show you're the best player in the league that year, and you're like, oh, I've been killing it. And then they give you the MVP award. And then you take it up a notch. While everybody else, everybody takes it up a notch, but you really take it up a notch. And you're still better than them. So you win it. And then around the third time, you still somehow decide and find a way to take it up a notch another time. And you're thinking, wow, like, I can't believe I could do this. And you're beating everybody, right? You're like, bang, 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 hitting them. Now, this might be one person that beats you here and there. And that person might be in second place for MVP voting, but what that person isn't as good as you. It's just when it comes down to it, when y'all two teams meet, hey, this person gets the better of you. Okay. And then you come to the MVP awards and you're thinking, oh, I got this in the bag. I'm clearly the better person throughout the league. This person just, happens to beat me. It's not like when they play other people, they have my type of statistics and type of success. Nah, they just only have a couple good games against me, 2 good games against me. So it's just like, oh, okay, I put all that work. I've beaten everyone in the league. I didn't beat them. They usually are doing a little better than me every time. And then you realize, hey, you aren't going to win the MVP because this person is. And then the reason they use is, well, he's won 2. What? He's won 2 already? What is this? A participation trophy? No. Who's the best in the league? So I feel like voters' fatigue sucks. Or you won one, like I said, and the person that came in second, some of the voters felt like, hey, this person should have won it that time. Don't you think you should correct yourself in the correct way? And instead of giving it to someone who doesn't deserve it, give it to the person who actually deserves it? That's how you correct yourself. So then there's voters' guilt. That's what I'm talking about. The one where people try to correct, oh my God, I knew it should have been Embiid last year, so I'm going to give it to him this year. Now, I'm not saying that's what happened. I'm just saying that that's what happens, right? There's those things that happen, whether you people want to admit it or not. Those things happen. Another thing that happens is being good at offense means you're the MVP. What I mean by that, for example, I think there's times where we focus, oh my God, this person has such and such amount of points per game. This person has this many assists per game. This person has this many rebounds or offensive rebounds or you know, shot this many threes and his 3-point percentage and his field goal percentage and his free throw percent. Like, or how about we look at the person in totality, right? It's too offensive based. I think what's scary about going and looking at person in totality is that you'll start to see the same couple of people just winning the award. In my opinion, Giannis deserves the award a lot of times because of what he does on both ends of the floor. When people make a case that Luka should win the MVP, I don't disagree. I feel like Luka should be one of the best, but Luka doesn't provide the defense that Giannis does. That would be my argument against that, right? When Giannis is producing offense and Luka's producing offense, okay, but how much is Luka giving up on defense because he's the one getting attacked? Most people don't attack Giannis. You usually avoid Giannis, right? You see what I'm saying? And I feel like that needs to be implemented into your MVP arguments, your MVP choices, your MVP voting. And I feel like in the league, we are too offensive heavy. Even when you look at people talking about like players and how good they are. Oh, he only scored 7 points. This man it could be someone that gets like 7 blocks, 15 rebounds, 3 steals, right? And you say, oh my God, this person had a great game. Someone will be like, he only scored 7 points. He was 2 for 6 from field goal. Well, he made up for that with the 7 blocks. He made up for that with the 3 steals. What are you talking about? And I feel like, that's one thing I don't like. Like, if you're going to do a strictly offensive scope of things for the MVP, I feel like you should also look at strictly defense too then. How many people are so defensively good that it makes up for their offense? And they should be up there with the MVP voting. Then the last thing that they do that really pisses me off is the team success. I really do. Unless you see that this player is the only player, like if I pluck this player out and I replace them with another player, would they be able to do the same thing? If the answer is yes, I don't want to hear about team success. And that's most cases when you talk about team success in MVP races. Because 9 times out of 10, when you are talking about case A, B, and C in an MVP race, you can pluck any one of them and put them on the other team, and it's most likely going to have the same result. If you put Jokic with the Thunder are most likely going to be the top team. If you put SGA on the Nuggets are probably going to be where they're at. If you put Giannis on any one of these teams, most likely the same thing's going to happen, right? So I don't like this team success thought process, because why are we mentioning the team? It's an individual award. If this individual has carried the team to that status, then that's a different story. But if you see this being like, oh my God, this man scored 30 points per game and the next person scores 15, the next person scores 15, the next person scores 15, why are we really hyped about the 30-point person having the best team in the league? They're the best defensive, offensive team in the league. Obviously, they're going to be, he's going to have the best team in the league, right? Same thing that happens with Defensive Player of the Year. I swear it was so crazy to me that Wemby doesn't win it because the Spurs didn't have the best defense in the league, because the Spurs didn't have, not because Wemby, when on the Spurs, their defense drops. No, because the Spurs dropped Wemby's voting. That makes no sense. Stuff like that makes no sense. I feel like we should look at individual. These are the times where you really hone in on the individual, right? The finals, winning the trophy, all that's a team thing. But if you want to look at the individual, really hone in analytics and all that stuff, this is your time. This is the time when people be like, 1v1s don't matter. Well, it does here. Individual doesn't matter. Well, it does here. You don't look at a team success when you're talking about the individual. Yes, the individual might contribute to a team's success, but when you're talking about the top 3 guys in the NBA at that time, most likely they're all going to be able to contribute in that same way. Who can do better? And when you're talking about who can do better, you got to break down each part of their stats, each part of their game. SGA, he could get to the free throw line at will. Oh, okay, cool. Can Luka do that? Oh, no, he can't. Okay, cool. SGA got something above Luka. But Luka can hit you from the 3-point line, from this, from that. Doesn't matter if a face is in your guys in your face and whatever. Oh, can SGA do that? No, okay. And I'm not saying that they can or can't do these things. I'm just saying this is a hypothetical conversation. That's how you're supposed to gauge it. Oh, yeah, those guys could do that, but can they defend? Can they block? Can they get steals? Oh no, okay, well that elevates this guy. You get my point? We shouldn't be saying, oh, Luka, he shoots the three. LeBron could shoot the three too. I think Luka should be better. What? Oh, my team is the top 3 in offense. I deserve MVP over you. Your team. That means other guys are doing good in offense as well. It's not you taking all the shots. So take away team success. Take away offensive focus. Take away the voters' guilt. Take away the voters' fatigue. And that's how the MVP award should be looked at, just without those things. If there's other things that you're sick of seeing during the MVP talks, please drop a comment below. If there's people that you believe were robbed out of MVP, I don't even care if it's LeBron that you're saying, drop that comment below who you believe was robbed. Hashtag change MVP votes. Hashtag change the MVP curriculum, requirements, whatever. Just change. Hashtag change NBA. I love the NBA though. Don't get me wrong. It's just little pet peeves like this. Like why? I hate turning on ESPN or whatever sports channel and seeing either Stephen A or someone talking about a team's success when they talk about MVPs, when they talk about individual awards, when they talk about an individual's capabilities. Like I said, I for example, what would be a good time? You see when I said Westbrook, when I was talking about Westbrook in the other videos, I said Westbrook doesn't really contribute to winning like that. He has great stats. Athleticism does good, but when he does those things, it usually doesn't contribute to winning. He won MVP, right? That's what I'm talking about. That to me is how the MVP award should be. Yeah, you didn't contribute to winning, but hell, you did so great that year. Here's the MVP award. So it shouldn't be based off of your success and how you contribute to winning and all that stuff. It should just be based on how you did that year. And then you let teams take you and take what you did that year. And if you really focus on how the player did that year, you will start to see, I think, in the NBA, and this might be scary for some, but you'll start seeing that MVP that won it getting placed in places where teams now can see what they did so great and build around it. Because when you stop talking about a team and have these voter guilts and only focus on offense and all that, you'll start to see that, oh shoot, a team can see that it wasn't just the team's success that made you. It was you as an individual. That's what made you the best in the league. All right, but that's my rant for today. Love you guys. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoy. See you guys next time.